Hey guys, so this is a quick video for those of you who are becoming English teachers in China. Maybe you've got your TEFL course, you've got your degree, and you're deciding whether to go into a training centre or a kindergarten. So I'm just going to be talking about the basics of both of them and to make it a bit more clear. Okay, so the first one is the working hours. At the training centre you'll be doing 3 till 8 p.m. generally, with Monday to Friday, and then on the weekends you'll be doing 9 till 6. So your busiest times, the most of your class will be on the weekends, and usually have 2 days off during the week, maybe Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday. Sometimes if a training centre is quite flexible, you might have them on consecutive days like Monday and Tuesday, Thursday and Friday. A bit different for kindergarten, which has a standard hours as you might get back in the UK. So you might be doing 8 till 5, 9 till 5 with the weekends off. The Monday, Friday, 9 to 5 with the weekends off. One thing is though, I don't tell you, sometimes you do have to work on the weekends as well, like you have to do catch up. For example, if you've got a public holiday coming up, they might want you to do an extra day, like do the Sunday before the start of the public holiday. Or sometimes extra curriculum stuff, they might be wanting you to come on the weekend. But generally most of the time it is Monday to Friday, 8 till 5, and then the weekends off. Okay, and then you've got holiday. So generally the training centres, you'll be getting between 5 and 10 days paid annual leave, with public holidays, another 5 to 10 days as well. Obviously with the public holidays, you're gonna take it when they want you to take it. Flights are generally more expensive, and it's usually the busiest times during those periods as well. So you don't get too much, they're a bit stingy on the holiday. And if you take paid annual leave as well, if it crosses 2 weekends, they might try and stop you from that because they're the busiest times in the training centres. So they might only try and get you to do 1 weekend that you're gonna take off. If you're taking a week, for example. Different to kindergartens, you get more paid holiday, you get 20 to 30 days, a lot better. And also, if you want to take unpaid leave as well, sometimes they have substitute teachers who, for example, you can let your boss know, like, oh, I want in 2 weeks, 3 weeks time, I want to go on holiday. You let them know, they have someone else come to the classroom and teach during that period. So there's a bit more flexibility with the kindergartens in that sense as well. So one of the main questions, how much you actually get paid. So we're looking at training centres, probably around 16,000 to 20,000 RMB every month. Can be higher, it really depends where you work. And whereas the kindergartens, you're looking at maybe 20 to 24,000. Both of these really can overlap. It really depends where you work. There's one thing to point out, that it's not always the school that pays the highest is the best school to go for. Sometimes these schools that offer a really high salary might be the same schools that might not be that experienced with dealing with working visas for foreigners, or might have very bad management, not good communication. What is it actually like working in the schools? So you've got the training centres, you've got so many different classes, usually about 45 minutes long for each class. You could have like, it really depends on your schedule. You might have lots of classes during the day, you might not have many at all, and have lots of office time in the training centres. It really depends on how busy the centre is, and generally your pay is not affected by that. It's just a matter of luck between how busy or not busy you will be. With the 45-minute classes you have in the training centres, usually they're quite intense, they're very high energy, particularly with the younger learners, like the 3 to 6 year olds. Or Chinese co-teachers will, well, from my experience, they're literally filming everything. So all the interactions you have with the kids, they were filming and then sending them straight back to the parents, because generally the parents in the centres want to know all the time like how the classes were going and everything. Despite saying that's not high pressure, it's just very low pressure, it's just high energy, but it's not stressful at all. All the props, everything you need for the classes are that you can find them in the building, you can find them in the staff area. You don't have to order things in or anything. You've got pretty much everything there ready to use. And a lot of the time the co-teachers, in my experience, they were sort of preparing a lot of the things for the classes. So again, not too much preparation. So for the kindergartens, even though you're an English teacher, it's generally less of an English teaching job, because usually they sell it as you'll do an hour's English lessons every day, so like 3 20-minute classes or something. Because actually the majority of the time you're with the kids, it's actually more supervising them, like when they're on the playground, when they're going for, when you take them around the school, when they're eating, just generally when they're playing in the classroom. So majority of it is just supervision, and generally it's just, you've just got the one class, you've got more responsibility in actually organising that yourself. Compared to the training centres, you've got loads of classes, so there's less emphasis on organising your own stuff. So if you've got an English class and you need to get props in, certain props, if you're following a lesson plan or creating one, you might have to ask your supervisor saying, oh, I want to order this in, such and such, so it's going to be ready and available for the class in the next few days. Parents meetings as well. Obviously, one class you expect to know the kids better than if you've got loads of classes in a training centre. So I would say, unlike a qualified teacher back in the UK, where they are the main teacher, I would say in China, being an English teacher, although you're called that, you're more like a co-teacher, and actually your Chinese co-teachers are the ones who generally are the main teacher. They have more responsibility. Because I mean, that was one of the things I was thinking about. Having no experience at all to be an English teacher, maybe it might be a really, quite a big responsibility, quite a big jump. But actually, as I say, you're more like a co-teacher. It really is quite relaxed in both kindergartens and training centres. Of course, you've got the coronavirus situation right now, a lot of uncertainty, foreign teachers going back home. Hopefully the situation gets better, of course. I feel like in Shanghai, it's gradually starting to improve because of the security outside apartments, like checking everyone coming in and out. You've got temperature checks. Generally, I think they're getting things under control. Western cities like Shanghai, they feel like they're always going to want English teachers. Online, very popular right now until the schools reopen. And when the schools do eventually reopen, there'll be less competition for the better jobs and more opportunity for better negotiations for those as well. Right, that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you find it useful. Again, this is generally my opinion of being an English teacher in both kindergartens and the training centres. And yeah, drop a comment down below if you have any more questions as well.